I have this one labeled in the prep sheets, Johnny. Why don't you read what you can of my note that I had for this story?
Why aren't we allowed to say for God?
No, you pronounced it wrong. It would be a
penis in the asshole.
Yes, I think people get kind of what we're driving at here. I found this on Clown World on Twitter. You know, a lot of people seem to have this idea, and it's unfounded. It's a disgusting prejudice idea, I found, that non-binary people are somehow mentally ill, or that non-binary people are a little bit off. I've always thought that non-binary people were normal, just like you and I. They just identified differently.
Really?
That's the only difference between us and them.
I've always thought Crystal Pepsi was a little bit off. These people are a whole new level of wackadoo.
Well, why don't we go ahead and watch Dylan Mulvaney? Now, I believe Dylan Mulvaney is the one who got to talk to the president. The trans non-binary person who got to talk to the president.
The name sounds familiar, but I think it's an actor. But
let's see what Corey Feldman and his new boyfriend have to say. And
more like Dylan Purplevaney.
Let's watch Dylan Mulvaney on TikTok. I just brought this to you guys because I thought you'd enjoy it.
And I am with my all-time role model. This is the person that made
You're
me...
my role model.
No,
You're
my role model.
No.
You inspired me to start making content. And so accept that.
Yes.
Okay.
And to start wearing turtlenecks as a disguise mechanism.
This is Jeffrey Marsh.
Will you accept that you're an inspiration? And I love you very much.
Fine, thank you. I love you very much.
No, not mentally ill person needs this much smoke blown up their asshole or to blow this much smoke up someone's asshole. And I'm speaking figuratively, by the way.
I have a little gift for you. My signature little
that.
Sunglasses.
Hi.
It's creepy that she doesn't lose contact with the camera while she's doing like, I saw that. Like, no, you didn't. You weren't looking. You were staring at us with those weird...
lifeless eyes, like a doll's eyes.
This is Jeffrey. What are your pronouns?
They, them.
Okay, I'm she, they.
How can you be she, they? It's he, him, she, her, they, them. We're now at the point where we have more than met these people halfway.
My pronouns are you're wrong. No, just call me by my pronouns.
And I wanted to know, as a non-binary human, do you have any relationship to the concept of girlhood?
I absolutely do.
I absolutely do.
If I'm a woman, I am just shouting at my screen, fuck you!
Do you have any relation to the concept of girlhood? I absolutely do. With the ability to pick it up and put it down as I like. I really find it's awfully convenient.
I do feel a kinship with femalehood. Mostly when I get jock itch. Like, I really feel, and my balls rub against the side of my leg and create a rash. I really feel the pain of being a woman.
Find girlhood to be inspiring. There are a lot of human beings who are girls who transcend what their gender is supposed to be.
Yes.
And that to me is something I draw strength from and excitement from.
Absolutely.
Is this all Dylan Mulvaney's TikTok is just a bunch of people jacking each other off?
It's
for
starting
no
to
reason
seem like that.
Like, what have you accomplished? This is what I don't get about this whole community. Tell me something interesting about yourself. I get it. You're making a 2-minute, 42-second video about
ego stroking your identity choice.
Ego stroking your identity, but at some point in life, society's going to demand that you do more. Society's going to demand that you actually have some merit and you do something.
But I'm special. I'm trans.
Right, jacking yourself off about how you identify is not going to cut it long term. I know it's great now for clicks and views and everything else, but you're also going to have to eat your vegetables. In this case, I mean, you're going to have to do something that you can show people. Because here's the loop people like this get caught up in. All they talk about is being trans or non-binary all day long. That's all they yap about. That's all their work is, everything else. And then you get to the point where you go, okay, do something different. We get it. That's when they go, oh, so now you're being transphobic and you hate me for my identity. It's like, no,
we're just bored.
We're bored. You're boring. Now do something interesting that's worthy of grabbing our attention.
You inspire me. The way that you inspire me, one of the ways, is that girlhood is this ultimate expression of humanity.
All right, so
much more than
Am I wrong, or do both of these two still have their dicks?
I don't know.
All right,
I
I'm
have no
assuming
idea.
they're not decocked, but either way, even if they were,
Like-
you cannot sit here and see 5 o'clock shadow and frickin'
5 o'clock shadow.
and 5 o'clock shadow with ponytails. It'd just be like, oh, talk to me about girlhood.
Like, at what point are we transcending? Are we going past tolerance and going towards like bigotry towards women? Like, we got two people who were not born female, do not have female plumbing, do not have the female experience biologically, and they're going to sit there and do a video and talk about girlhood and what it is. Horse shit.
than gender.
I mean, I'd say it's
Yeah.
not
And I
even
think
bigotry.
what
It's
I would
enabling.
love is for there to be a place for specifically for non-binary people too, because
Specifically
I think
for us.
we can't.
That's what it,
We need
make,
something for us.
Make way for me. Make way for me. Go create your own space.
Do something worthy of us making way for you for, other than going, I don't agree with the genitals I was given. All right, cool.
What else? Have you done anything else?
I don't agree with the legs I was given. Moving on.
Forget that non-binary people do have that divine feminine energy, and they deserve to be a part of girl.
No, they don't have divine feminine energy. They're non-binary. You're saying that you're not part of A or B, but they've got the magical energy of B. You can't do that.
No.
That's being a woman. That's being binary.
That's lying.
Girlhood too. Girlhood.
Wait, maybe they are in touch with girlhood. They can't seem to make up their fucking mind. It seems like they've got it down pat.
So wait, you're saying women are just crazy men?
becomes stronger when there's more of us behind it.
Only
and
certain
experiencing.
people are allowed in, but who's allowing? That's the real question.
Who is?
You know?
Who watches
I
The
don't.
Watchmen?
Maybe there isn't one, and maybe that's
Maybe
the
there
beautiful
isn't one.
part of it. This is the longest video ever.
I'm surprised that anyone would call you guys crazy. I mean, that's my whole takeaway from this is how could anyone watch this and go, oh, no, just like me, except, totally have it together. You just identify as something different. Like, if you were in a court of law and you were like, Johnny, Aaron, you have to prove to this court beyond a reasonable doubt that there's something about non-binary / trans people that might be partially due to mental illness or a chemical imbalance, I would show this video, I would shut it off, and I would go, can we not just do this now? Can we just do the verdicts? Because I feel
like I presented my case.
like I've done a good job.
How long have your pronouns been they them? How long have you sort of?
I came out as they them in 2013.
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool, yeah.
Time.
And have you seen?
Before these Zoomers started doing it to get dates.
Before everyone started doing it as an internet trend, I was, carving the waters because I have to be an original person.
seen a distinct shift in society since,
Absolutely. Yep.
in a positive way?
Yes. There's been a quieting of the whole argument. It's not grammatically correct. Like, that's basically quieted down.
Yeah, hey, let's brag about that. We basically bullied and beaten everyone who wanted to disagree with us. We've called them names long enough. We've shot down their very logical arguments by calling them bigoted, racist, and transphobic. And now we get to say whatever we want because we've quieted all our dissenters and we've basically strong-armed all our detractors. Aren't we wonderful? Yeah.
We're such great people.
Pat yourself here. It's like the Sam Hyde TED Talk where he's like, everybody just pat yourself on the back. Let's all pat ourselves on the back.
Just for being here.
There you go. I'm not going to stop until everyone's patting themselves on the back. There you go.
Quite a lot.
Yes.
But also, I love this newer revolution because of the pandemic, because of the last couple of years, of she, they, he, they.
Because of the pandemic. Right. No, I understand. The pandemic made a lot of people crack and lose their minds. So, yes, you and I are in complete agreement with that. The pandemic broke a lot of people, and then the laws of grammar and biology stopped existing for even more people. You and
Especially the kids who are wearing the masks. They don't know any of it.
Yeah, you and I are 100% in agreement on that. It's just that, you celebrate it while I worry about it.
Well, I mean,
And combining they with other pronouns.
like monkeypox.
And I hope this is the start of a lifelong friendship. What do you think, people?
Those eyes are not that's not like, oh, no, I just identify as something different. There's something cooking behind those eyes.
I hope this is the start of a lifelong friendship. What do you mean the start? Like, are you not friends already?
Yeah, you guys are friends. You're fine. In fact, if I were you two, I would just hang out with each other too.
But I
I love you all.
Okay. Oh, we got to do my signature. Okay.
Oh my God. They're children.
Okay, ready?
Dude, they're children. They're fucking children.
yeah.
No, I mean, I don't mean like they're, that's confusing because there's been no, I mean like they're kids.
Oh, I thought you meant that they were drilling kids.
No.
Well, I was
certainly
right
not.
there with you on that. I was like, I bet they got a whole stable. They got a van full of cookies and milk.
They're babies!
Wee Todded says, if Aaron was wearing a pink shirt right now, him and Johnny could be mirroring this video.
I mean, kind of. I do have some pretty heavy 5 o'clock shadow.
Union Jack says, this is creeping me out. Yeah, you and me both, brother. You and me both. If you're just joining us today, David and Fred decided to team up and knock out our goal, I believe, for the week.
I really thought you were about to say that was David and Fred.
I'll have to go back and recount, but I believe we're good for the week. I know we were kind of going through it really quick today.
Yeah, we'll double check the math later.
We'll double check. But yeah, I think we've knocked it out for this week. So thank you guys very much. Twitter. Speaking of Twitter again, they've lifted the ban on Mike Lindell from MyPillow. The MyPillow guy.
Notice how, unlike Trump, he was really quick to get back in on there once that ban lifted.
He jumped right back in and started tweeting again. Yes. Trump's got Truth Social.
Yeah, but I would imagine he's on Truth Social too. Isn't he?
Oh, you know what? Probably. But, well, I mean, Donald owns it, though. Like, you can't own the competition to Twitter and then go, oh, I've got my Twitter back. This is great. It's so much better there. I'm going to go tweet. You can't. It'd be like the McDonald's CEO going on Instagram and be like, this Burger King burger is delicious. Who I guess would be Donald Trump, too. Brittany says, Aaron, how did you know what I was yelling? Fucking woman face is insulting as fuck. I want to break my phone whenever I see this fraud. Dylan is an inspiration for puking. See, women are starting to get tired of this shit. They're just too nice to say anything. Some women are now starting to go, no, I don't want to get hurt playing sports. I've went through puberty as a woman. I went through all this crazy shit. And now you get to come in halfway through the game and claim what I am? Fuck that.
Not only that, you get to pick it up and put it down as you see fit, because if you don't actually like go through hormonal changes or anything like that, if it's all like makeup and jewelry, whatever, you can suddenly decide for whatever reason, I don't know, because the whim strikes you that you want to now be a dude and just put on dude clothes and be a dude, and you don't ever have to have any problem.
It doesn't matter if you mean it or not. It's like cancer. Nobody can question it once you say it. It's suicide to question it, you know? So even if you're doing it just to get out of something, like, it's not like anybody's going to go, you're faking it, because then all of a sudden you're a pariah. Like, I have no idea. I guess I kind of have an idea how we got here, but it just became, like, I don't know. I still think the majority of the country looks at it and goes, oh, for fuck's sake. But like when you have California and New York, and they're all just
bending over backwards to embolden them,
and they're also like the media capitals of the country, it's like that becomes the message. So like even if 90% of people are like, this is nuts, it's not going to seem that way because of how it's portrayed in the two biggest markets in the country. All right, let's go to the phones. Hello, sir.
Hey, it's Ryobi.
Hey, Ryobi, what's up, buddy?
This whole thing's fucking ridiculous. There was even a Navy SEAL who decided that he was a trans.
That's right. I decided to transition into a female, Ryobi. What of it?
Not you.
Yeah, it was me.
You're too busy stacking silos and tortillas.
Not only that, hey, listen, not only did I transition, I'm the first women Navy SEAL to do underwater frogman demolition. And I'll tell you another thing. If you're going to sit here and you're going to besmirch my reputation for being a trans woman, I'll break you in half and I'll mash you like potatoes. What do you think of that?
That worries me, but I'm glad to hear that you transitioned back.
I didn't transition back. I'm a lady now. And I'll tell you something else. If you question whether or not I'm a woman, I'll hold you down and I'll blast you with my lady cock. What do you think of them apples?
Well, if you transition, that just means I have bigger balls than you.
No, I kept my balls. I can be whatever I want to be. I'm an American soldier. What have you done for the country? Yeah, it's not frog. I'm not a frog man anymore. I'm a frog them. Thank you, Rexstart parody account. I'm getting used to my pronouns.
I can't compete with this.
Exactly.
I don't know what to
this
say.
is how
you win.
This is what we do. We beat you into submission so you stop saying anything reasonable about us.
I'll see you later.
I
don't even know where to go.
I'll talk to you later. All right. See, there's another bigot that I've broken. What are you going to do? Say that I'm not a woman?
No,
I'll talk to you in this husky voice. I'll rub my 5 o'clock shadow on you, and I'll cock smack you. That'll prove to you I'm a bitch. Hey, I'll prove I'm a woman. You guys can hear my voice, and you can go ahead and you can look at my scruff and my Adam's apple and my dick, and you can say that's not a real woman. But I'm going to prove to you that Jesse has transitioned. Go ahead, ask me what I want for supper.
What do you want for supper?
I don't know.
I heard you ain't got time to bleed.
Now I have 28 days to bleed. Now I bleed once a month. I still ain't got time for it, but I commit to the bit. Exactly. I was the governor of Minnesota, so now I'm the first female governor. Tell me that I'm not.
Actually, no, you're...
Yeah, well, guess what? Now you're fired from your job because I just called the ADL. I don't know. I guess I'd call GLAD for that one.
You sure it's not PETA?
Quit calling me that. That's a slur against our people. Oh, PETA. Oh, people for the ethical treatment of animals. Yeah, I'm big on that too now. And the Azov Battalion. I know that's a contradiction, but...
Yeah, it seems a little weird.
Yeah. Well, they're misunderstood.
Well, Hitler loved dogs.
What?
German Shepherds in particular.
I love Presa Canarios.
You had a pair of them at every installation.
Now I'm doing fucking Will Sasso's bit. Gene Simmons is a fucking tool. I think that's the title of tonight's show, and there's a reason for that. Gene Simmons of KISS, which, by the way, I'll give KISS this credit. They're still doing shows. They're still out there touring, and only now I think they're actually spitting their own blood. I think they're now at an age where all that jumping around actually ruptures something inside, and that's not makeup or stage blood. They're actually coughing up, like kidneys are rupturing and shit. So it does add an element of realism to the program. Gene Simmons was on a UK talk show promoting some Las Vegas shows that he's doing or something. I don't fucking know. But they were asking him about the vaccines. They were asking him about masks. And I don't know if you could have an older, more authoritarian boomer take than what Gene Simmons had. And look, there's some kind of epidemic among these rock stars as they get older where they forget that they were rock stars. You know, rock and roll being all about rebellion and fuck what you tell me and I'll just do the opposite and we'll do what we want. And like, this is a guy who's talked about having sex with like 1,000 women, you know, drinking, partying, the rock and roll lifestyle. And now he's going to have the unmitigated gall to go and tell other people that they should be safer at his concerts. How many women did you raw dog in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, Gene? And be honest. And then you're going to go tell people, oh, well, you better mask up at my shows. Listen to what this motherfucker said on an English talk show. I think this was today or this weekend.
So get over yourself. We're not concerned if you agree with it or not. We're concerned about you making us sick. So get your goddamn COVID shot
a good point.
and prevent other people from getting your stuff.
So get the COVID vaccine so we don't get sick. I will say this, Gene has always been out for Gene, so he is staying on brand with that. Get your vaccine. I don't give a shit about you. I don't want to catch your shit. Hey, Gene, if you don't want to catch what other people have, like fuck COVID, just like colds, flu, congestion, sinus shit. If you don't want to get what other people have, it's time to hang up the guitar and stop touring makeup, man. All right? First of all, you're in your late 70s, I believe. I believe they're all pushing 80 in KISS. It's what, 45, 50 years now? So they've got to be at least in their early 70s. If you're worried about getting sick, big bad rock star, by the way. Yeah, I'm a big bad rock and roll guy. But don't get me sick. I don't want you to give me your sniffles. If you are so frail and fragile that getting a case of the sniffles is going to put you out of commission, so much so that you need people to take experimental medicine in order to come to your shows, it's time to hang it up. Now, he won't, because Kiss fans are boomers and they're fucking stupid. And they'll do, yes, Gene, absolutely, Gene. I miss Kiss. You don't miss Kiss. You miss being 20. That's what it is. And these 60 and 70-year-olds will line up. They'll go on these. Listen, he's going to talk about a cruise in a second. Is there anything sadder than a Kiss cruise? These boomers will go on these cruises and they'll convince themselves. They'll go, Kiss has still got it. They're moving with walkers. They've got artificial hips. I promise you, Kiss doesn't have it anymore. But you want to be 20 so bad. You got a bad case of arrested development. So you'll convince yourself they've still got it. I know that Ice Cube is coming to Minnesota pretty soon. I don't want to go see Ice Cube. I'll listen to Ice Cube's music. But I don't want to go see, worth $100 million. Are we there yet? Fucking paunchy belly, 50-year-old Ice Cube up on stage. Because I know it ain't NWA or No Vaseline Ice Cube. It's not the same guy. But you got so many. But you know what? That's good. If you feel that way about bands you love, that shows you're growing up. That shows you're a healthy person. Or if you want to go see him because you're just trying to just check it off the list, you're like, oh, well, I never saw him when I was younger. Let's, go see him. It's kind of how I felt about going to see Penn and Teller in Las Vegas. I've been a big Penn Jillette fan for a long time. And I'm like, look, I can cross that off the list. I know I'm not seeing Penn and Teller from 1995, but I'm seeing Penn and Teller. Check. But you got people who want to go on a Kiss cruise because they're like, oh, yeah, Kiss. I bet they've still got it. I promise you they don't.
It's a good point, and we're having a debate this morning about that very thing, really. A debate about whether mask wearing should be returned to be mandatory here in the UK.
Sometimes, I know that the hoorah USA shit can be kind of cringe. But when I listen to UK TV and they're like, we're having a serious debate here about whether or not we should make masks mandatory again, I do thank my lucky stars that I won the genetic lottery and was born in this country. I am very thankful about that. Like, even the things that European countries and Canada used to brag about, like, oh, what about our, public health care system? Really? Because in Canada and in Europe, if you're really, really sick, they'll just recommend, hey, what do you say we just put you out of your misery? I mean, being in government healthcare now is like going to the veterinarian if you're an older dog. Hey, this dog needs a heart valve. I think we're just going to put him down. That's what they're doing in Canada. Some veteran asked for a stair lift, and they went, we could just, help you off yourself. He's like, but I'm like 50. I'm not ready to die. I just wanted a stair lift so I could get up and down in my house. But they want to save money. So to hear that the UK is like, oh, we're thinking about bringing masks back again. Let's just fucking do it forever then. Might as well. If you're going to live your life in this much fear, you might as well, because the risk of getting sick right now is going to be the risk of getting sick you have for the rest of your life. We are at a pretty normal pace of chances of getting sick. You got wintertime diseases out there like RSV, flu. You throw a little COVID on top of there. That's the way it's going to be going forward. So if you're talking about bringing masks back now, you'd better just keep them forever then if you're that fucking terrified. But Jesus, get a hold of yourself. But wait till you hear what Gene Simmons says in response to the mask thing.
To be mandatory here in the UK. Restrictions have been lifted. And I understand you even suggest people who come to your concerts wear them for their own protection.
Yeah, because nothing more fun than going to a concert where you want to shout out the words and drink and all that. Nothing better than drinking your beer, putting your mask back up, pulling the mask. Oh, yep. Oh, that sounds like a good time at a concert. I bet you your face won't get all hot and sweaty standing next to all those other people. And, well, I guess they're all going to be sitting down. They're disabled at this point in their lives. They're Kiss fans. But, I want it to be mandatory at Kiss shows that everyone wear a mask. Fuck off.
Wear them for their own protection.
We are doing the KISS cruise shortly, and you will not be able to get on the cruise unless you're vaccinated. Look, before you go to school, you have to have...
Wait a minute. So I'm unvaccinated. The $200 didn't sway me. I was a little nervous. Here's what was my thing with the vaccine. I wanted to wait and see if anybody got sick. Well, yeah. And then I would make my decision. And I'm not going to say which way I've gone with that, but I've seen enough to make my decision. But if I would have known that I was going to miss out on the KISS cruise by not getting vaccinated, oh my God, you know what? Can you put 4 needles in my arm now and just make sure I'm all caught up? I don't want to miss the KISS cruise. Oh, shit.
Have your children get the flu vaccine and the polio vaccine, and there's no discussion. And, what about my rights? Well, you don't have as many rights as you think. When you get up to a red light, you must stop. There's no choice.
So, Gene Simmons, constitutional scholar, I might add, is saying you don't have as many rights as you think you do. When you come up to a red light, you have to stop. A red light is not impeding your rights, Gene. You don't have a right to run into a red light is to maintain order in an intersection where there are cars coming from multiple. That's not a violation of your rights. Telling people that they have to have a needle stuck in their arm and something implanted into their body, that is an invasion of their rights. Nobody's coming to your house with a red light and saying, stop in your house. God, you fucking moron.
It's because it's not about you. It's about the other innocent people going by. So get over it.
No, it's about you two. People with the red lights, it's also to protect the person driving so that they don't venture into the intersection and get T-boned. God, there's nothing better than a really dumb guy trying to sound profound.
It's about the other innocent people going by. So get over yourself. Even you get in your car, you must put on a seatbelt. Well, you're taking away my rights. A
seatbelt is not putting, is not altering my genetic coding, you dumb fuck. I don't put a seatbelt on and then have my genetic code altered. We should have the right to take your kidney and put it in a llama. I mean, after all, you have to stop at a red light. What the fuck are you talking about, you tardo? You're not even that good of a rock star, let alone commenting on shit.
The government's telling me what to do. That's right. The government is telling you what to do. Shut up, be respectful of other people, and get a vaccine. Put on your seatbelt, stop at the red light, stop.
All the same thing. By the way, it is pretty rich to me that a Jew is going, just listen to the government and do what they say. Oh, yeah, you would think that Jewish people would be the most libertarian human beings on earth. Like, you would think that Jews would be like, don't let the government control the post office. They'll be trying to eradicate your whole religion. But no, Gene Simmons, take the damn vaccine. You should just take it. You have to wear a seatbelt. Let us put tracking devices in your children. After all, you have to wear shoes in a supermarket. Fucking toad. God, Gene Simmons. He's always been dumb. He's always been full of shit. But, this might be a new level for Gene Simmons. Or I'm 1,000% wrong and Gene's just totally right and I'm an idiot. Look, we report, you decide. Let's thank a few people. Happy Plague Doctor with $5 says boomers don't want to die. They'll destroy this world if they can't take it with them. I agree with you, man. Boomers are the most selfish people on earth. I think Bill Maher, early on in the pandemic, said something like, boomers' parents stormed the beaches at Normandy. Can the boomers just let these young people go to the beach? And, it was a good point. Boomers do not give a fuck about anybody but boomers. We'll go to Marquise in just a second. But first, thank you to Slammin69. Says boomers have destroyed everything handed to them. I agree with you, sir. We got a few more people to thank. Happy Plague Doctor says boomers will crash the world economy rather than catch a cold. Yep. Is this just going to straight boomer hate? Because I'm kind of getting a chubby now. Thank you to Vadir Ulfarsson with 3,000 krone, I think. Icelandic krone? I'm not sure. He says, I like my blood unclotted. I'll pass. All right. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Let's go to Marquise. Marquise, what's up, buddy?
This is not Marquise, sir. This is Gene Simmons.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Now,
Gene Simmons. You're calling from your buddy Marquise's phone. I apologize. Gene Simmons, everyone. This is great. Gene, I said some very aggressive things about you. I hope you're not too upset.
I don't understand what the problem is with me. What's your name? Aaron Imholt?
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron Imholt. That is my name, sir.
Just because I want people to take the shot before coming to my show, that is of no concern to you. This is how I make my money, sir.
Well, I mean, to make your money... Go ahead.
And if you don't watch out, sir, not only will I get my aggressively douchey Jewish lawyer on me, but I, sir, will fuck your girlfriend.
Wow, you're going to fuck my girlfriend. Oh, my God. Gene Simmons, did you go to the Chad Zumach School of Comebacks?
Yeah, just like I fucked one Anthony Cumia's girlfriend, I will come for yours.
Oh, that's right. You did threaten to fuck Anthony's girlfriend. That's right.
I am Mr. Take Your Girlfriend.
Oh.
As the Negroes like to say.
So Chad's ripping you off.
Indeed he is.
All right.
And I will do it.
Well, Gene, look, Gene, I certainly don't want you to fuck my girlfriend. So, I'm sorry. I just would you reconsider the whole making the vaccine mandatory for the KISS cruise, or has that ship sailed? No pun intended.
I will be going through with the KISS cruise, and I will have marvelous merchandise to sell on that KISS cruise.
Well, nobody's doubting that, Gene.
Such as the KISS edition Viagra thing.
Oh, that's good. Well, Gene, let us know how it goes. Maybe you'll call in after the cruise, and maybe everyone will have calmed down a little bit.
I definitely will.
All right.
I'm hope.
All right. Thank you, Gene. It's Gene Simmons calling in. He was upset. I get it. I said some pretty shitty things about him. We welcome the back and forth here on this show. You know what that was? That was a transition.
Okay.
That was, what do they call that? A segue in the biz. I didn't want to just go from the college story right into Liver King. By the way, Liver King still making a complete giant asshole of himself.
How now?
Brown cow. So Liver King, last time we checked in on him, he delivered the shocking news that he indeed has taken steroids.
Yeah, dude, fucking knocked me on my ass. I thought he was all natural.
Not only that, the Liver King also dropped the bomb on us that he still does steroids. Not just does steroids, because there's guys who lift a lot and they just, like the scene in The Wrestler, and they're injecting in the locker room, they're taking steroids. This guy goes to a fucking doctor and has his steroids done for him. This guy, technically he would not be lying if he said, I don't do steroids. My doctor does my steroids for me. That's how into steroids this guy is.
I lay back, I take a nap, and an hour later, I'm full of steroids.
Yeah, I had no idea. So Liver King now is continuing to make a giant anus of himself by going out into the streets of New York City and lifting weights in the middle of traffic. You talk about... Now, there are people out there who get famous.
Mm-hmm.
And they're a total fraud. And they get exposed. And they go away.
They have the understanding to realize, okay, game, set, match.
The jig is up. It's over. What are you going to do? Liver King is one of these unfortunate people who's addicted to fame. I think about YouTubers who get humiliated publicly. And I go, what are you still doing this for? And like a Shane Dawson who gets humiliated. And then he sticks around and he keeps going at it. And it's like, dude, how much embarrassment is worth this YouTube life? And that's a guy who's made millions of dollars doing this. Then I look at a guy like, say, Zumach or Well, how about Zumach first? Because he's in a different category.
Okay.
5 people watch you at a time. The only show that has you on is like Beetlejuice. They're there to laugh at you, to make a joke about you.
You're a whack packer.
You're raging. You're losing your mind. You're ruining your reputation. What little was left of it after the stalking and the credit card theft and the drunk driving and the stealing liquor bottles. Like, what's the point here, man? No one to walk away. Or like Opie. Opie's had a great career. He's got millions of dollars.
He doesn't have anything he has to prove to anyone.
Right. Except apparently himself. He's insecure. So he's going to, and Opie does this really sad thing where he tries but then doesn't try because he's afraid to really give it a go and fail.
Yeah, so as opposed to that, he's just like, but it wasn't really successful because I wasn't really trying.
Right, exactly. So Liver King is in that category of people who it doesn't matter how many times you humiliate him. God damn it, this guy wants to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy he will cling to his fame as long as he can.
Which is weird given his apologies. Like, before I was rich and nobody knew about me.
Right.
And now I'm rich and everyone knows about me. And I'm
Ding,
like,
ding, ding. You just said it right there. He was rich and nobody knew about him. It didn't make him happy.
yeah.
Now I'm rich and people know about me. Out of those two things, you know which one he wants to let go of the least?
The people know.
The people knowing about me. Otherwise, if you're rich, isn't it great if you're rich and no one knows about you?
Yeah.
That's the best way to be rich because you can go do dumb rich shit and nobody cares. But if you're known, people are going to bother you. People are going to wonder if you've done steroids.
People are going to critique your life.
It comes down to dignity. The Liver King lied about steroids because he wanted to be famous for the liver gimmick and the all-natural gimmick. He lied. He had no dignity. Then he got caught lying. And then he pretended he was sorry because he got caught. That age-old thing.
Mm-hmm.
No dignity. Didn't go away. Stayed out there making a buffoon of himself because he doesn't have any dignity. Had all the money in the world, but he just wanted to be famous.
Hey, I just want to say this before we begin. Nice tits, bro.
He does have nice tits.
Those are great tits.
The guy's got dynamite titties. Johnny's right.
I wouldn't mind having those tits.
Remarkable breasts. So anyway, the Liver King decides.
Solid C cup.
The Liver King decides that he's going to go out and work out in the middle of public.
Yeah, because this won't annoy the shit out of everybody.
Right. Let's go ahead and watch the Liver King. TMZ caught up with him. TMZ Sports.
Because he told them where he'd be.
Right, exactly. He texted them and said, I'm going to be working out on the... And tell me you wouldn't hate this fucking guy if you saw him in real life.
Steroids.
You're doing steroids?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you working out on Wilshire Boulevard?
Because if you see Liver King, you see somebody working out.
Yeah.
That's the only way to be.
Okay.
And the name is Liver King because liver is king. If you want more drive, more determination, more, I'm going to kick ass in life, eat liver because liver.
He don't want to give it up. That's what I'm saying. Like, this guy doesn't want to give it up.
I feel like a lawyer needs to be next to him every time. He's like, eat liver and take about $12,000 worth of steroids monthly.
A lot of steroids.
Lot of steroids.
Well, and the woman came up to him and said, what are you doing? And he goes, steroids, just doing steroids. So it's obviously still bothering him. And he's now going out and working out in public because the more embarrassed he gets, the harder he tries to win back the public. And how many times have we seen this in the internet age where people try this game only to look so much more stupid?
Nobody wants you back, buddy. That's the thing.
You're not going to take this across the... Can you not carry that across the...
Don't insult me, lady.
Don't insult me, lady.
So now look at this. He's going to stand in the middle of traffic. Again, no amount of fame is worth this level of embarrassment.
And I love she makes a very valid criticism. He had two people carry the weights out there.
Right.
Wait, you can't carry the weights out there yourself? Don't embarrass me, lady. Sir, you're doing that yourself.
Yes.
You're out here without a shirt, wearing a weightlifting belt. And what is the backwards hat for at this point? Is that for aerodynamics?
No. Cover up the balding that the steroids is causing, actually. That's what it's for.
You embarrass yourself!
I'd say he has balls, but he takes steroids, so...
So now imagine you're sitting here in traffic on Wilshire Boulevard, and this asshole starts doing this.
I honk my horn and say, hey, baby, how much for a blowy? You got a nice rack.
Good.
Nice grip.
All right, you're not
Look at
lifting
this.
with the knees. That looks like bad form.
I was just gonna say you're not supposed to bend over at the back that much.
no,
are
you're
you?
not supposed. You're supposed to bend over. You're supposed to bring it up, and then you're supposed to be using your core, your quads to come. No, that's bad form.
A man who doesn't have use of his legs due to MS is trying to tell this motherfucker how to lift in traffic. No, just move this way a little bit. I think he's doing arms, though, so I think this might be okay.
Liver is king.
He just couldn't go away, could he?
Cool, bro.
Yeah, fucking awesome. Great. Can I go to work now? Thanks.
Yeah, drop your weights and wave to everybody that you are obstructing with your...
Be funny if he got a ticket.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Promos.
How many was that?
He does know that as soon as the checks stop clearing, those people are not going to follow him around anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't count.
Oh.
I don't count.
Okay. Would you mind coming over our bus and saying hello?
What do we got going on?
TMZ Celebrity Tour. You gotta come say hello. This is Connor from TMZ Sports, actually, right here.
Nice to see you, man. Hell yeah. We got a party coming on?
Yes.
Liver King doesn't say no to a party.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Especially if there's anabolic steroids at the party. Then I love it. Do I have to put my keys in the hat like usual?
Oh, geez.
Those are my kind of parties. Liver King is a tool.
Let's do it. How come you... Can I ask? A lot of people want to know, why did you lie about taking steroids?
I like her. Hey, Liver King. Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
it's a party. Join us.
Come over to our party. He's like, all right, I'm coming in. Hey, why'd you lie about the roids, freak show? Hey, well, Liver King doesn't... Hey, wait a minute. Liver King came here for your party.
Taking steroids.
Stupid.
Yeah?
I dug myself into a hole. I kept digging myself
Yeah.
into that hole.
Yeah, how fun?
Listen, I regret it.
Yeah.
Out of all the dumb shit I've done in my life.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest.
Yeah.
But now
I doubt it.
You forgot the part where you're still doing it.
Yeah.
Let us not act like this is in your past, unless your past is, right before you started this whole thing.
That's the greatest thing about this. Again, he still wants to be famous. He doesn't want to let it go. And then at the same time,
you're still juicing.
You didn't fix the behavior that you...
This is like when a sports athlete gets like a sexual assault thing, and then they like double down and become the perfect family man, and it's all about their wife and their kids and all of that. And in this guy's case, he's like, yeah, man, I really regret it. I really regret raping all those chicks. I'm gonna go rape someone.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Whoa. No. You're still doing the bad thing.
He gets caught doing blow after he was like an anti-drug guy, and then he just shows up at all his new events going, it's the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. Tootski?
I now believe that there is a proper time for medically induced cocaine.
Assume the controls, Hulk Hogan. He turns into the Ultimate Warrior when he's on coke.
Slate, and I'm going to move forward.
What do you say to people that think that because you lied about steroids, you wouldn't lie about ab etching?
I went to the world's best plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
He's right over there.
Uh-huh.
He did the whole procedure,
Yeah.
the tell-all. Go to my Instagram, go watch the story, and go see if there's any real ab etching or ab implants.
How can people trust?
Wow, so now he's accused of ab etching and ab implants.
And he's out of breath from his exercise.
Yeah.
Like I think he did maybe 10 reps. Again, when she asked how many was that, I don't count.
Hold on a minute. I'm starting to think maybe, just maybe, this guy's completely full of shit.
Where would you get that idea?
I'm getting an idea.
Are you telling me you see this suave homeless man beard and this backwards trucker cap in a man who admittedly still takes about 12 grand worth of steroids?
I'm thinking he might be a gimmick.
Ask you though, if you lied about one thing, you wouldn't lie about another, or any other things.
I'm not asking anybody to trust me. What I'm saying is, what you better trust is the world is hurting at record rates. People are living a life that fucking sucks, that they hate. They're hurting. So
you know what they should do? Throw anabolic steroids on top of it.
Again, this has nothing to do with how people should trust you. People shouldn't trust me. Pay attention to all this other stuff. Again, so you're saying people shouldn't trust you?
But you better trust the facts. You better find another path forward. You don't have to listen to this guy.
Yeah.
But you got to listen to somebody that's going to help lead you to living a better kick-ass life.
Yes.
Listen, there's no doubt that steroids helped. But
Just stop.
I want that to be a thing. Whenever you open your mouth.
Yeah, fuck me in the tushy. It's just fucking dumb.
There is no doubt that steroids help.
Don't make no sense.
But I'll tell you this, there's videos all over the internet of how I looked before steroids.
Yeah.
You're going to see videos all over the internet of how I'm going to look after steroids because I'm
Do you want me to put those pictures up? I actually have them. I prepared for this segment.
Oh, really?
Would you guys like to see the Liver King before steroids?
I mean, I guess.
Because we do have, actually it looks like a shitload of pictures here.
Oh, dear
of the Liver King before he did steroids. Let's full size this.
No, that's Google Lens.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. All right, this is the Liver King before he started taking steroids. There he is. Doesn't look like the same guy.
No, I mean, all that hair went from the top of his head to the bottom of his chin, and then...
He's absolutely right. The steroids did help. They helped a lot. I can't believe that he used to look like that. Oh, my God.
Now he claims he's transitioning off of them?
Dude, if he starts losing fame, if he continues to keep losing fame and followers at this rate, he's going to transition genders just to stay relevant. I mean, this guy cannot let the fame thing go.
Well, if he keeps doing roids at this rate, his testicles and everything
Turn
else
into
will
a
probably
clit.
just jump right up in
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
transitioning off. All 9 ancestral tenets will optimize your hormones and your neurochemistry. This is not about big biceps and abs. What this is about is living a life, the body and brain that you have that you love.
Yeah.
Right? Steroids can't create authentic philosophy.
You're still taking steroids now.
I love her.
You're still taking steroids now. I love the fucking...
I love he goes on this, he cuts this wrestling promo, and then when he's done, like Chad Zumach sitting on a couch, at the end she goes, so you're still on roids, right? Yeah, I don't give a shit about the other stuff. You doing roids?
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't realize that we're not going to let that part go. And I'm sorry, transition off of steroids. If you transition off of steroids, you are going to shrivel the fuck up.
And abs. What this is about is living a life, the body and brain that you have that you love.
Yeah.
Right? Steroids can't create authentic philosophy.
You're still taking steroids now.
This morning.
Why?
Well, I have a plan to come off. It doesn't happen overnight. Listen, thank you for having me on. We've come, we've came, we've conquered, we've had a good time. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, Liver King.
He wanted to get the fuck out of there.
Because he finally realized they are not going to drop the steroid thing.
Yeah.
And again, so they're like, oh, yeah, I'm transitioning off, and this is, steroids can't create genuine philosophy. You were on steroids still, though, this morning.
That, the mood says he looked like Christopher Mintz-Plasse before the roids. I hate to reveal my own bits. That was Christopher Mintz-Plasse. I just wanted to let you know. God damn it. This fucking chat, man.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised that they autistically called out the actor you put up on the screen? Where would they get? They learned from watching you, Dad.
No, Aaron, that's McLovin. You
Fuck
got
me. It's almost like we were doing a bit.
Hold on, guys.
You got me. Hand in the cookie jar.
All right, all right, I'll move on. O.J. Simpson recently did the Full Send podcast, which I don't want to do the thing where, like, I don't know who they are. I think I've heard of them before, but I don't know what they do. I don't know if it's a sports podcast or whatever, but it's got like 2 million views. It certainly doesn't need me. That's for sure. But as far as OJ goes, he went on this show. They talked about a variety of topics, and I actually have to give this guy quite a bit of credit. He asked OJ like the direct fucking questions you got to have balls to ask OJ.
Okay.
Questions on this podcast. So we got the juice, baby. Hey, I'm just gonna. Hey, well, man, it's great to be on your podcast. You're not gonna ask me about murder, are you? Because I tell you what, I did not stab that bitch for the 90th time. I figure if I say it that much, you guys are gonna start believing me before I die.
Yeah. But if I were to do it, this is how I would do it.
What if that's what OJ's doing? He's like, look, I'm not getting any younger. I got to get as much on-camera propaganda out there before I die, and you guys get to create the narrative. So this is OJ Simpson talking about Nicole and Ron. What people call the OJ murders, even though, as you know, guys, he was acquitted. This is OJ on the Full Send podcast. Let's check it out.
Hey, that's where it goes.
Are you upset that the killer of Ron and Nicole was never found?
Right now, I'm not going to discuss any of that. All right?
When do you want to?
Never.
Look, I'm having a weird day, all right? My car broke down. By the way, did you see they brought the Bronco back? I'm thinking of getting one. They look nice. But I don't feel like talking about that today. I had a burrito for breakfast. It didn't agree with me. I don't feel very good. So I'm not going to talk about that time that my ex-wife and her lover got their heads nearly cut off in what seemed to be a crime of passion because I had nothing to do with it. By the way, is OJ pounding beers here during this podcast?
I don't know what Happy Dad is.
Jesus, OJ.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty obvious question. But I'm not getting in that. I'm not going there. Yeah.
Okay. You don't think that they're still out there?
I'm not going there. Right?
All right, all good.
Yeah.
That guy is fucking scared. I gotta go back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Don't stab me.
Look, sounds good. You don't have any cutleries on you now, do you?
Yeah.
You're not gonna carve my eyeball out with a fucking olive fork, are you?
Yeah. We cool.
No, we're cool. I won't even ask about it. In fact, if any of you do have information on who may have killed Nicole Brown, Simpson, and Ron Goldman, you should absolutely call the authorities. And I can tell you this much: certainly not OJ. Well, welcome to the show, Juice.
You don't think that they're still out there?
I'm not going there. Right?
All right, all good.
All right, all good.
Bringing up some painful memories, are we?
Don't worry, I'm not going to bring it up anymore. Just as you can see, we have lunch coming. Plastic cutlery, of course. Not risking anything.
Yeah.
I think we're good, right?
We're good, yeah. OJ, thank you so much, man.
Thank you guys, man.
Thank you.
Hey, I want to talk about
I
want to talk about whether or not you murdered your ex-wife. You can go fuck yourself. All right, OJ, thanks for coming by. We'll talk to you some other time.
Only reason he came, they told us 10 times, do not ask anything about the trial. Usually if someone does that, we're like, yeah, we won't ask it. Like, we're always like respectful. It was pretty intimidating. I don't know if he had anything in his pockets. We were set up over there, and I was like, yo, I'm waiting.
Oh, so they did it for a quick, clout chase view count thing. I never understood that. I never understood why guys with 2 million views want to do a fake tough guy, I won't do what you tell me thing just for a few clicks. I understand why a channel our size or 10, 20,000 subs, I understand why you do that. To get your show out there because you think it's really good. That's what we do. We do clips, and if it's about really noteworthy people that get a lot of clicks, we'll throw it up on our channel because it'll catch a new audience and they'll come subscribe and watch the regular show. But if you're these Full Send guys, you got 2 million subs. You don't need to do gimmicky horse shit. You don't need to be
You've already made it.
Yeah, his people. I hate that. I hate it when people go, yeah, his people told us not to ask him about it, but we asked him anyway. Well, that doesn't make you a big badass rebel.
Based.
Yeah, that just means you're a liar. That just means that OJ's people said, hey, you're not going to ask him about the murder, are you? And you went, no, absolutely not. We would never do that. And then you sneak it in with 2 minutes left in the interview.
And now you can guarantee he'll never be on your podcast again.
Right. And you're going to get the clicks out of it. You'll get what you want, but
too close to him straight.
Kind of dishonest.
That's the kind of guy I am. Is I would have taken a stabbing or a shot to get that question out.
No, you wouldn't. Stop it. You never thought for a minute that OJ was going to shoot or stab you if you asked that question. If you had honestly, you wouldn't bring some guy with a criminal record from the streets onto your podcast and ask him something that he told you not to ask him about 20 times. You wouldn't do that. You know, a guy who's known to react with a hair trigger the minute he's, incited against. So stop. It's easy to say that around OJ because you know he's not going to stab you or do anything. Oh, yeah, I'm totally willing to get stabbed by OJ to ask that question. Stop it. We're all talking into microphones. You're not a big, bad, tough guy who's willing to get stabbed for this shit. Stop it.
Company, so shout out, full send. No, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna ask some shit and then I got scared because it's intimidating, bro. Like, yo, bro, did you commit this murder or not? You know, like it's hard.
What do you think he's going to say? Jeez. Do you think that the Full Send podcast is going to be like Mustafa from Austin Powers, where you're going to ask OJ that one time where he goes, "Can't stand being asked that question that many times. Yeah, you know what? I killed them both and I tried to cover it up and I can't believe how stupid that jury was to let me go."
And the thing is, on his deathbed, he could do that, and there's nothing they can do about it because of double jeopardy.
He could do it right now.
Yeah.
And there's nothing they can do about it.
Ask that. How'd you feel asking that?
It was pretty nervous, but I just felt bad because we did tell the one guy that we weren't gonna ask it. But
nah, fuck it. That's why you're here, bro.
It was the first time we fucking broke.
Yeah, that's right, bro. That's why we're here. We're badass rebels. We act like bitches up front and say we're not going to do something, and then we try to sneak it in at the end. We're hardcore, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Whatever journalistic integrity we have or anything.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It was a good interview either way. You should watch the whole fucking thing because it is pretty
At the
interesting.
end of the day, no one else is getting OJ right now, so you got to do what you got to do to get him on. And I was pretty insane that how the fuck did we get OJ Simpson, bro?
First, you have 2 million subscribers and he wanted to talk to your audience. I mean, that's like, if we get OJ, you can ask that question.
Sure.
You can be like, "Hey, man, I don't know how we got OJ. I don't know how the fuck we wrangled that one." But if you have 2 million views and you're a popular podcast on YouTube, you can't be like, "Oh, man, I don't know how we got OJ." What do you mean you don't know?
First podcast or show he's done since he got out from his 9 years in fucking jail. First time.
Yeah, I don't know how I mean, yeah.
The biggest mystery, there's 2 mysteries, but the biggest one is, are you Khloe Kardashian's dad? I've moved on from the other thing.
Well, they asked that one. We'll watch that clip here in just a second. I've never listened to these guys. It's just another one of those shows where it's got, 2 million subscribers, and I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? How the hell did you guys get to 2 million?
Yeah, what's the formula?
Yeah. Yeah, explain to me, tell me your ways. I think our OBS disconnected here for a second, guys. Yeah, it's just going to be reconnecting. There we go. Now it's back on. All right, we are fine. Yeah, we just had a little OBS blip for just a second. Everyone take her easy. But so then I guess they had OJ on for about 2 hours. And they asked him about a couple of other things, including Khloe Kardashian, because Khloe Kardashian, there's been this rumor for years now that OJ is Khloe's dad. Now, I've always heard that Bruce is Khloe's dad, and that was kind of the affair or whatever. But I guess some people thought that, it could be OJ's. I don't know. I don't think she has the complexion for it. I don't think that she's, I don't think that was actually a thing. But I guess the guys on this Full Send podcast decided to ask OJ about it. And I don't know. Maybe these guys will redeem themselves in my eyes. Not that they need to with this question here. But so far, I find these guys to be really douchey. I find them to be really unremarkable guys who are trying to be remarkable by just like forcing the issue on shit. Like they don't have much of a character, so they're trying to invent one for themselves.
How'd she look back then?
But see, I don't, people have their types, right? I always thought Chris was a cute girl. She was really nice. But I was dating.
So
OJ's like, look, he's trying to let Kris Jenner down easy. He's like, look, she was all right, but I was neck deep in white model pussy, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna come in here and go slumming with Kris Kardashian? I was fucking 9s and 10s on the tables of restaurants, bitch. I'm the juice. I had the Heisman Trophy. I ran for 2,000 yards. I was fucking white models left and right. I didn't have time for no part Albanian bitch or whatever the fuck she is.
bottles.
You know the rumor. You know the rumor.
Yeah, but the rumor ain't true. It's not even nowhere close to being true. No, it's just that I've never been attracted to her, and I never suspected she was ever attracted to me. So,
however, I do believe that Sprinter husband she had definitely wanted to chop his dick off. That's something I knew from Jump Street. That guy just looked like a guy at war with his own dick. And to be fair, if I was fucking Kris Jenner, I'd want to cut my dick off for what it done as well. But then again, I'm the juice. Bruce Jenner and I could have went out. We could have fucked models all day long. But he wanted to go and plug that homely broad that make all those Kardashian babies.
You know, that was never a case.
Because some people think like you might be Khloe Kardashian's real dad.
No, I'm not.
Because like Kim's like 5'5", Kourtney's like 5'3", and then Khloe's like 6 foot.
So these full send guys are basically what they're trying to say is, without getting stabbed by OJ, is, look, the other Kardashian girls are really hot, but this one's a fucking monster. Do you think the monster's yours, OJ?
Yeah.
I don't create monsters.
Two.
I am a monster.
Families say something about a cook or something, but I don't know. I can't say. I know.
Not only is OJ denying he's the father, but he's also not giving Robert Kardashian credit either. He's like, I heard it was a cook or something. I'm just trying to get the heat off myself. That's all I'm doing. He turns into the SNL sketch as Tim Robbins, where he goes, N-word. Who said the N-word? Oh, man, I can't believe y'all would say something like that on this show. You should be canceled.
I have no
There's a video of Khloe that just came out. She throws a football 40 yards.
Oh,
you seen that?
She's doing further than I can.
No, I'm just kidding. She didn't do that.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't terrible. I don't get, but I will say this. That is a show that I really don't understand I don't understand the appeal of a show like that. I guess. You know what, though? That is what sports is becoming. I mean, I don't know if they're sports guys or not, but sports is kind of becoming dorks. It's not really guys gambling and being degenerates and drinking anymore. It's like nerds. And look, I play fantasy football, but it's like dorks more obsessed with their fantasy team than their home team. And, you look at Barstool Sports, that's a lot of like fake dudes. A lot of, as Jesse Lee Peterson would call them. Beta male. I think sports is really kind of being taken over. It's going to the dorks, I think. Angelica's doll says, never understood why people call her a monster. Oh, because when she talks, she goes, just kidding. She's gorgeous compared to any regular women I encounter every day. Well, look, when you put Khloe up next to her sisters, she looks a little linebacker-ish, shall we say. Jack Zim says Pops Goldman could have killed him and gotten a light sentence. I would have if it were my son. Jesus. Riz Digga says this is the result of removing bullying from growing up. Boston Bob says, dude, you never heard of FanDuel? Heard of FanDuel. Mr. St. Caesar says MJF made Barstool Sports look like a bunch of children, put them in their place. Did he really? I would love to see that. Was this recently? MJF Barstool Sports. That would be awesome because I kind of feel like Barstool is one of those places that kind of helped turn sports into dorky guys. Because, like, it made nerdy guys look like they have an edge, which not the case. Not at all. Let's watch one more clip of OJ. Somebody, I guess TMZ ran into him and asked him about, again, Khloe Kardashian and her being pregnant.
Congratulations in order?
For what?
We hear Khloe finally announced that she's pregnant.
Well, for my God bless.
That's hilarious. If we were in a back alley, I'd stab you with the sharp end of a tire iron. Oh, man, you really got the juice on that one. Oh, you said something very offensive to me in a public place. Oh, man, you are clever than you think. Oh, man, I tell you what, if you would have done this out by a dumpster, I'd have choked you to death with my dick. Oh, but here you are telling me that shit right in front of a couple of white girls. Oh, Lord knows I can't do anything violent in front of white people. They already think I'm a murderer. Oh, that's really something, man. So you're saying congratulations, Chloe's pregnant. You want to walk down the street with me? I didn't think so. You don't want to take a walk with the juice? Oh, man.
So, yeah. But really? I don't know for me. I don't think for me, I have nothing to do with it. Chloe and the girls are all terrific girls when they were growing up, nice and terrific. I think today there's...
But let's be honest, Robert was the looks of that family. I mean, Chris was homely as dog shit. So the juice wouldn't be caught dead, squeezing that orange, if you will. So, no thank you.
Feel nice and terrific, except they've kind of added sex appeal to their resume. I'm happy for them. Congratulations to her. But trust me, I have nothing to do with it. I would be proud if I had anything to do with it, but I don't.
That's right. If I buried my dick deep in Kris Jenner without Bruce knowing, I would brag about it. I would talk about it, but I didn't. So there you have it. There are ways to say that you're not someone's father that's not insulting their mother and basically calling them, homely and ugly. There's a way to do that.
Not him, though.
All right. I will answer the phone. Good morning. It's the Steel Toe Morning Show. It's my birthday. Who's this?
You old fuck. Can I call you an old fuck?
Oh, I really love my pendant. My pendant. It's so nice.
It was the greatest gift ever. Did you enjoy watching me try and open it for 3 hours like a retard?
Yeah,
Did you two enjoy that?
You know what I really enjoyed about it? Gino Bisconti in Hot Water, compoundmedia.com.
Happy birthday to both of you, by the way. Please go on. Sorry, I missed yours, baby.
Oh, mine was a happy bolted birthday.
Yeah, thank you for wishing her a bolted birthday.
It was a stupid speech to death, and then did you see me right under it? I'm like, now it's even more bolted. I cracked myself up. Anyway, go on.
It was a very bolted birthday wish. But no, it was really great tuning into In Hot Water, seeing our gift behind you, and just yelling for 35 minutes. 35 minutes after you teased opening, you're going, open the gift, you fucking asshole!
I was even having a couple drinks with you, and I'm like, how long does this guy take to open a damn box?
April had to drunk drive to the post office because you took so long.
Well, I'm just trying to do my part for the entire Steel Toe community.
Well, thank you.
Dude, and it was so funny because he's like, I think it's that leg lamp. They put the fragile stickers. I'm like, it is. And then it wasn't the leg lamp.
Then I felt bad.
To watch your face when you realized that, oh, I'm getting a nice gift from someone, but it's not the gift I had in mind, so I'm going to wear a I'm fucking disappointed like a little child look on your face. That made me feel really good.
I cried a little.
You know how much I love that pennant. That thing is fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing because we got it because we were at the antique store and there were literally only two. There was like a 1960s Vikings one and a 1960s Chargers one, and those were the only two. And I looked at April. I go, I gotta get this for Gino. Like this is
fate.
Incredible that those are the only two here. And then I didn't get the Vikings one for myself.
Oh please! The Vikings were playing like they were linked to that pennant the other day. How did you survive that game? That game was insane.
I'll tell you how. We were out for Lewis's 6th birthday party at a skate rink, at a roller skate rink thing that he likes. And we were losing. We were doing terrible. April and I had a headphone in each. We were watching the game while the kids were skating. And then all of a sudden, I go to play arcade games with Lewis, and I still have my headphone in. Kirk throws the pick six to make it 30-0. I ripped it out of my ear. I go, I'm not going to be in a dog shit mood for my kid's birthday while we're playing air hockey and skee ball. So I was able to give up on it. Then on our way home, I check Google, and it's 36-21. I'm like, oh, shit, we're turning this back on when we get home.
Yep. It was wild.
Yeah, that's literally when I put it on. I was same thing. I was texting you we were tweeting each other as we do like 8th grade girls. And then I go, hey, Google, what's the score? It's like, it's 36-21. I said, hey, Google, are you fucking with me? And she goes, no, that's the score.
You know, bro, I'm not. Yeah, no, and then I got yelled at by April because I scared the shit out of all of the children when I screamed at the TV when they didn't call that fumble return for a touchdown, I was losing my mind.
I'm watching with him, obviously, and we're drinking and stuff, and he just screams, and the kids came upstairs, like, crawling, like, oh, my God, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, they thought he was, like, a domestic going on or something.
Right.
But they know their dad. They're like, oh, the Vikings. We get it, Dad. The Vikings.
Yeah. Well, and now our boy Louis, he likes football now, and like he will watch the game with us as long as I'm throwing him passes as we're doing it. He can watch the game for about 15 minutes at a time. So he came up at the very end, saw us win. We threw him around the room to celebrate a division championship in the comeback, and we didn't kill him. So that was a plus.
For now. I was saying like your ears had to be burning April. I'm like, yeah, it's a good woman if she can watch a Vikings game with that guy, because you watch football like I do. Like I was saying, Keanu watches Chargers games with me, and it's insane. Like, the Dolphins, I don't know if you saw this, I said on the air this week, but you'll appreciate this. I'm watching the Dolphins, and they beat the Dolphins on that Sunday night game, and I'm screaming the entire game, losing my mind as I do. And then they get done, they interview Keenan Allen, and he goes, yeah, this is the best game we played all season in all three phases. And I look at Keanu and I go, it really was. It was their best. She's like, you yelled for 4 hours. I'm like, yeah, but it was their best game. She's like, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well, you don't want to lose to the Dolphins. I mean, you guys are now, like, 2 weeks ago, it was looking pretty bleak, and all of a sudden you're comfortably in a playoff spot.
Don't hang up. I'll be right back.
That happened in a 10-second span because the Chargers hit that field goal against whoever it was, the Titans, and I'm not kidding, on the TV right next to it in the bar, they show that ridiculously. If you asked me, if you told me that lateral play where the fucking, the Patriots lost to the Raiders, if you described that dumb play and said, guess which team did it, you could have given me 31 guesses, and I would have never said the New England Patriots under Bill Belichick.
Right.
But that's who did it. They're done. They've lost their fucking way.
And I think the Jets are done too. I think you can't fuck around with your quarterback spot that much and end up making the playoffs. I think they're done too.
Yeah, they're done. All right, well, look.
Wait. No. Before we go, I have a question for you. I appreciate the happy birthday and everything else.
Of course. I just feel like I'm dragging your thing to football, and I'm sure your fans are like, great, Gene.
Oh, no.
We can talk about football more.
I have 15, 20 minutes left. We're coasting. So
don't leave.
It's called mailing it in, Kurt. I wrote it.
Exactly.
Aaron, I wrote the book on it. Come on.
Nobody is nobody, like, in terms of like our normal numbers, nobody's watching today because nobody's working. It's the day before Christmas, so don't worry about it. But I want to ask you this. I'm watching Compound yesterday. I'm watching your show, and on your show, Kevin Brennan should just do the football show. He's a piece of shit old man who's being bitter. Then I go on Kumia's show. Brennan and you are screaming at each other because Kevin Brennan watched some troll podcast where they were trying to convince an old man that you did something, and you didn't, and he fell for it. And then I go on Twitter after I'm done at the gym. Anthony's tweeting pictures of you guys basically tongue kissing each other. And then I see this morning that he was on your football show. What the fuck happened between you girls?
Well, we just like to keep the fans thinking everything's work or whatever. And I think Kevin just finally got so angry. It's called horseshoe theory, and he collapsed on his own anger, and he's like, fuck it, I'm going to go do the football show. That's the best I can explain it.
So, like, are you too cool now, or are we still going to tune into MLC and Gino's not funny, Gino's gay?
I guarantee it's going to be, I guarantee the second one, Kurt. I can't figure him out because I went to the studio. I stormed across the street. I'm like, look, I'm and the boss goes, if you hit him, I'll fire you. I'm like, I'm the only guy that doesn't hit people. Why are you yelling at me? Yeah. So I'm sure it'll go back to the original insanity. But if only for a brief Christmas holiday magic hour, we had the football show, so that was fun.
That's good.
So we shouldn't be expecting a full-blown reconciliation. This was just a brief. This is like when they played soccer in the trenches during World War I.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. What?
Yeah. We'll see. Well, I mean, here's the problem. Like, Chad Zumock has to hope that you two still hate each other because that's the only reason he's got a job right now.
But he'll always have a job because I don't see how he doesn't get. Kevin hates him.
Yeah.
And he puts him on so he has someone to hate. Why doesn't he understand that?
I think it's weird
he's
too.
desperate. Look, man, he's 50. He's living on someone else's couch. He doesn't get booked for gigs. He's still a curtain jerker. Like, he doesn't have a podcast or anything like that. Like, he's got 80 people on a Patreon. he's clinging to whatever he can at this point to try it. Like at this point, it's not even about accomplishing anything. It's about fooling yourself. And if he's like that kid in school who he wants to hang out with the cool kids so bad that he's willing to just be their punching bag.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Well, then that's what we can expect more of, I'm certain.
Yeah, okay. So it'll still be Gino's not funny, Gino's a gay F word, and all that stuff. And by the way, I can't wait to come to New York and check out In Hot Water and all that, only because I just want to be able to yell that word without worrying if I'm going to get a strike.
Yes, me too.
Well, we can't wait to have you up here yelling those words, my friend.
Oh, just yell all of them, and then and then have Atticus Finch clip it and send it all over Twitter, and so he can get his rage quota filled for the day.
And suddenly you're canceled.
It's so funny. Atticus didn't put that clip of Shuley dressing down Bob, who I also fucking made peace with. But Shuley, he literally destroyed Bob Levy's logic on why I shouldn't have pressed charges against Pat.
Yeah.
I don't know why Atticus Finch didn't post that. It's almost like he only posts faggotry stuff.
Right. He didn't, and the girl didn't. Whatever the girl is.
Becky.
Yeah.
Becky.
She didn't do that either. And I feel this is the one spot where I actually kind of feel bad for Chad, is like those are the only people backing him up, and it's only because they want to see him fall apart. And like he doesn't get that. Those people just want blood. They don't mean a word they say. They just want people to die.
Yeah, and he doesn't get that. It's hilarious to me.
Well, buddy, thank you very much for the call. I'm glad you enjoyed your gift. Thank you for the birthday wishes. At least mine weren't bolted; they were on the day of.
Yes,
yours are right on the money.
And you got no girl for the next couple of days, so I assume you're just going to let the place go to shit. You're going to watch a bunch of football and drink way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean to ruin your morning, April. I'm just in my boxers, drinking coffee, talking to you idiots, and this is going to be the best I look all day. I'm going to be honest.
You want to come do that at the casino with us tomorrow?
Yeah.
Don't tease me with a great time. What are you talking about?
Just hop on a plane and come to Prior Lake, Minnesota at about 7 o'clock at night. It'll be fine.
We'll pick 'em up.
We're gonna do Christmas with the kids. We're gonna drop them off, and we're gonna go. Here you go, your deal now, and we're gonna drive on down to the casino at night.
I'll keep that in mind. In any case, have a great birthday. Love you too.
All right, later, buddy.
We love you too.
Later.
Gino Bisconti of In Hot Water, compoundmedia.com.